Hello friends, in previous episode we visited many interesting locations. We visited the ship cemetery near the city of Chernobyl and saw a ship repair plant. We passed through the cement plant and the village of Lilov. We took shelter from the rain at an abandoned military base and headed towards Pripyat. After resting in our house in the evening we went for a walk along Pripyat. Over the past 6 months a lot has changed in the zone. In Pripyat they began to catch stalkers much more often. It seems that the police and security began to work much better. For example, earlier at night it was safe to walk around Pripyat, but now the city is patrolled even at night. A lot of cameras have appeared in the city near popular objects as well as camera traps. Otherwise, it is difficult to explain how stalkers are caught at night when they enter a safe apartment and an hour later the police come to them. Therefore, now in Pripyat it is worth behaving as carefully as possible, because this is essentially a big trap for stalkers. It looks like a greenhouse. When you walk along Pripyat, the wind creates many sounds that can be human or natural. For example, on the roof the wind can shake something, or the same objects on the roof can catch a person, and you will never know whether it is a wind or a person. Thus you must always be on the alert. There were cases when the police were noisy and the stalkers thought it was the wind. Here is the central entrance to the greenhouse. The state is deplorable. Probably vegetables were grown here and then taken to the market. Did you hear this sound? This is what I was talking about. And it is not clear whether the person did it or the wind. There are a lot of sound in Pripyat. Fiber optic cable? I wonder where he came from here. Someone tried to get the internet into the apartment. Previously, there was a village of Semikhody on the territory of Pripyat. Now we are seeing all that is left of it, and this fence is the border of the city. In this legendary place, where all the stalkers replenish their water supplies. Judging by how rusted the floor is, every year it becomes more and more dangerous to draw water here. I would not go down here, given that there is a river nearby where the water is most likely cleaner than here. Cinema Prometheus, a place I've always wanted to visit. Is the room clearly visible on camera? Yes, now I'll still illuminate with a lantern. The cinema is unfortunately in a very bad condition. In this place I was on an official tour, but since Gagarin was not here, we decided to drop in to put a tick. In addition, any place that you visit illegally is more interesting, because no one rushes you, doesn't tell you where you can't go and what not to touch. When I was a child, I drank water from these vending machines. Even a glass from those times remained, and no one stole it from here. Look, there is even a coin. Probably someone put it from the tourists. I wonder if others have. Oh, there is candy here, look. See what we found. At first we thought it was a live bird, only then we realized that it was a toy. Here is the price tag. This is a modern toy. Apparently one of the tourists left it here. The pier is a very touristy place, so you should not stay here from a long time. Now we are planning to visit an interesting place that is well known to those who have played the game. It's the central square. Here is the center of Pripyat. Let's go up to the second floor. I am definitely not going anywhere to the top, says Gagarin. Look, there was a hairdresser here. Another iconic place of Pripyat. Collapsed school. The only school in Pripyat that has not passed the test of time. Another legendary place in Pripyat is a medical clinic. I don't mean the basement where the radioactive things are, but the whole complex. There are many buildings here, a morgue, a maternity hospital and other buildings. Now let's try to explore a few buildings. Unfortunately, we can't get around everything. We don't plan to go down to the basement because it's really dangerous there, and we didn't take any protective equipment with us. In addition, there are already enough videos in YouTube from there. So we plan to just explore the medical section. There is someone in the medical unit. What happened? There, in the green, someone was walking in our direction. You're sure? Yes, several people. I could be both stalkers and the police. Guys, let's step aside and wait. If I didn't seem to us and there really was someone there, then there are two options. Either the stalkers are the same as we came to see our medical unit, or the police are doing a planned detour of popular places. Attempt number 2 to enter the medical unit. You must understand that it takes about 3 hours to get around the entire medical facility. There are many different buildings here. As in any hospital complex, there are many buildings. The hospital complex includes a children's polyclinic, a neurological department, an infectious diseases department, a maternity hospital, a kitchen, a canteen, a laundry, garages, a surgical complex, a mortuary, a dental clinic and a sanitary and epidemiological station. So about 3 hours I was wrong. Here at least 2 days are needed to explore all this. This is the infectious disease building. Let's see what's interesting here. It looks like one of the hospital rooms. And here is the bathroom. We went up to the second floor. I don't know if the camera is transmitting, but in reality the view of this corridor is as creepy as possible. Canteen. Cabinets. Cabinets number 14. Apparently there was also a hospital ward here. And it was most likely a doctor's office. And here is the elevator shaft. Elder sister. Books, flasks, medicines are still here.
Инфекционное отделение. До сих пор что-то сохранилось.
Water for injections. This was probably the operating room. Here in such baths patients bathed. In some cities of Ukraine, in hospitals now, there are not even such ones. The next building is the maternity hospital. He is nearby. Looks like they gave birth here. The second floor looks more creepy than the first. For some reason, it was the second floor that was heavily damaged. What did you find, Sanya? Journal of reception of pregnant woman. What is written there? Last name, first name, address of residence when enrolled, and more. And who, when, and to whom was born recorded? No, it's just a log. Floor evacuation plan. The next and last point of our walk through the medical unit is the morgue. These are garages. You might be wondering why we doesn't show radiation in the medical unit. It's simple, Beaver forgot the dosimeter in the house. I am shocked how it was possible to go to the medical unit and not take a dosimeter with me. But seriously, the level of radiation around here practically does not exceed the norm. It is dangerous only in the basement where the things of firefighters lie. Here we came to the morgue. Look, it seems there were corpses here. Did they dissect corpses on this table? Most likely not, there is no water drain. There should be a drain on the table where mine and butchering the corpses so that water and blood flow somewhere. Yes, you're right, there is no such thing on this table. but on this table most likely they butchered or washed corpses.
Не все же трупы разделывали. Некоторые хоронили без вскрытия.
The plan for the first day on Pripyat was completed. Tomorrow we get up early in the morning and go to Pripyat. We want to go to the Ferris wheel, but given that there is a camera somewhere nearby, we will most likely be noticed and we will have about 15 minutes to get away from there until the police arrive. We also plan to visit the apartment, which was restored by one of the stalkers. Ghost Town. He is so different, atmospheric and cold in autumn, blooming and lively in spring and summer, cold and dead in winter. It seems to me that every person getting into Pripyat feels it differently. Personally, I do not feel any dead and oppressive atmosphere here. For me, Pripyat is charming and peaceful. This is a place where silence always reigns, but at the same time thousands of sounds are heard. Wind and nature create a special melody in the empty city, which is beautiful and frightening at the same time. In the corners of the abandoned apartments, spiders weave a web, and things no one needs have been waiting for their owners for 35 years, who will never return for them. Hidden pain in concrete, the city sleeps quietly, dreaming of the former world, where there is no pain, where mothers with children walk on the street, where children's laughter is heard in schools and lights come on the window in the evening. But this dream is never destined to come true, and only in the hearts of inhabitants of Pripyat does the memory of flourishing city by the river still live, where there has been no road for 35 years. See you in the next episode. Where exactly the camera is located, on the wheel itself or elsewhere, it is not known exactly. Here the everyday life of stalkers. We have two options: either go through the swamp or through impassable thickets with sticks. We chose the first option. Hello, where would we meet again? Good evening, stalkers. Everything we got out.